Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. For the News First team, I'm Rithmini De Silva. Let's start off with a look at the headlines.
Over a dozen injured in bus accident in Hatton, 5 people in critical condition. Ambilipitiya farmers continue Satyagraha for 9th consecutive day. State banks open to facilitate Aswasuma bank account opening process. The 25th World Scout Jamboree to open in South Korea. The Sirasa TV Poya Day broadcast takes place from Ulabodua Raja Mahaviharaya. ISIL claims responsibility for Pakistan blast.
Today marks a very important day in the Buddhist calendar, which is Asala Full Moon Poya Day. On this same day, Prince Siddhartha gave up his lay life, donned the robes of an ascetic and went in search of enlightenment. Asala Poya also marks the start of the Vaskalya or rainy season retreat for bhikkhus.
Asala Full Moon Poya is very important in the Buddhist calendar. According to Buddhist history, the conception of Prince Siddhartha Bodhisattva in Queen Mahamaya Devi's womb occurred on this day. It was on Asala Poya that the Buddha visited the Tautisa Devalova or Tautisa Abode of the gods and for the first time preached the Abhidharma. Asala Full Moon Poya Day commemorates the beginning of the Vas season, which signifies the bhikkhu's retreat during the rainy season. It was on an Asala Poya Day that the sacred tooth relic was brought to Sri Lanka by Princess Hemamala and Prince Danta. The sacred tooth relic was taken annually to Abhayagiri Viharaya in a grand procession and kept there for 3 months. It is thought that this procession could be the origin of today's annual Asala Dalada Perahara held in Kandy and associated with the Dalada Maligawa. On the occasion of Asala Poya Day, the Sirasa TV Poya Day broadcast took place at the Ulabodua Raja Mahaviharaya. The proceedings began at 6 a.m. with the observings of the 8 precepts and by giving offerings. Afterwards, the Sirasa Damsara Dhamma sermon was delivered by Venerable Matara Mahinda Thero. The Sirasa Abhivandana Dhamma sermon was delivered by the Venerable Boralle Kovida Thero. It was following that the Sannisa dialogue began and it was presided over by Venerable Maturakumare Dhammaratana Thero. The Taruna Sita, loosely translated to the Mind of the Youth Dhamma sermon, was held today from the historic Ulabodua Raja Mahaviharaya under the patronage of Venerable Sagama Anumadasi Thero. Akila Vimangasena Viratna was also present for the Dhamma sermon.
The Damsavia Poya Day program will be held throughout the day, centering the historic Bambava Raja Mahaviharaya.
The Bambava Purana Raja Mahaviharaya was built during the reign of King Valagamba. Many artifacts and archaeological value can still be witnessed here to date. The Dana, meditation and other Poya Day activities that began this morning will continue throughout the day under the patronage of the Venerable Lenava Mangala Thero, the chief incumbent of the Bambava Raja Mahaviharaya. Devotees engaged in religious activities with pujas in different temples all over the island for the Asala Full Moon Poya Day. Devotees have been arriving at the temple of the Tooth Relic in Kandy since early this morning. A large number of devotees were arriving to worship at the Jayashri Mahabodhi in Anuradhapura. Devotees also engaged in a pilgrimage to Solasmasthana, the 16 Buddhist sacred sites. The ceremony of inviting the Theros of the North Shore Theravada Buddhist Temple in Auckland, New Zealand to the Bhikkhus retreat during the rainy season was held recently as well. Sri Lankans in New Zealand organized this under the auspices of Venerable Thalpatbeva Saddhatissa.
The Vavuniya prison has been temporarily closed since the 25th of July after 4 inmates were reported to be diagnosed with measles. Prison spokesperson and Administrative Commissioner Chandan Ekanayaka said inmates are not allowed to meet relatives as well. Detainees being taken for court proceedings has also been temporarily halted. The prison commissioner said the prison will remain closed until the 8th of August to prevent the spread of measles. There are 400 inmates at the Vavuniya prison. Moving on to more local news, 18 people were injured in a bus accident near the Watavala Vidyalaya in Hatton.
The bus accident was reported at about 4:30 a.m. on Tuesday. Sri Lanka police said that the accident took place when a bus plying from Colombo to Nuwara veered off the road. The bus driver was trying to overtake another bus when it had veered off the road and went down a precipice. The injured people are currently receiving treatment at the Watavala hospital. Newsfirst correspondent reported that 5 of them who sustained serious injuries have been directed to the Navalapitiya District Hospital.
It's been 9 days since farmers from Ambilipitiya launched a Satyagraha campaign demanding water for their rice fields. The farmers from Ambilipitiya have been requesting that water be released from the Samanala well located above the Udavaluva reservoir, and they will not call off their campaign until this demand is met.
The farmers from Ambilipitiya have been requesting that water be released from the Samanala well located above the Udavaluva reservoir for a period of at least 2 weeks to nurture their rice crops.
The Electricity Consumers Association spoke to the media on the crisis faced by farmers.
ගොවියන්ට දුන්න අගෝස්තු 20 වෙනකන් ජලය ලබා දීමේ හැකියාව තියෙනවා කියලා ලිඛිතව දීලා තියෙනවා. මෙහෙම දීලා තියෙද්දි හද්දෙයනේ අද
Farmers were informed in writing that they will be able to obtain water until August 20th. It is against such a backdrop that the farmers are left helpless. These farmers mortgage everything that they have and harvest their lands. This is unfair. They are only asking for water for 2 weeks. Why don't the authorities understand this? We know and understand what is really going on. The real motive is to obtain emergency supply of electricity. There are adverts on newspapers. These ministers are trying to destroy the entire country and rule. That is why we demand that the 3 MPs stop their preaching.
මුන් හදන්නේ යණයක කොරහත් බිඳගෙන යනවා වගේ මේ රටම විනාශ කරගෙන මේකෙන් තොලින්චි වෙන්න තමයි මේ ඇමතිවරු හදන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ඇමතිවරු තුන්දෙනා තුන් පැත්තක ඉඳලා මේ දෙඩවිල්ල නවත්තන්න.
Farmers have begun reaping the harvest of the Yala season. However, the farming community in Hambantota is reaping their harvest amidst several issues.
Farmers in Katuwewa, Hambantota harvested around 250 acres of farmland this season. However, farmers are heavily burdened while reaping their harvest due to the threat of wild elephants. This is how the farmers reaped their harvest last night. While a group chases away elephants that encroach on the paddy fields, the others reap the harvest.
Lanka IOC has revised fuel prices in line with the fuel price revision of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation. The fuel prices were revised from midnight on Monday.
The price of a litre of 92-octane petrol has been increased by 20 rupees to 348 rupees. The price of a litre of 95-octane petrol has been increased by 10 rupees. The revised price of a litre of 95-octane petrol is 375 rupees. The price of a litre of Lanka super diesel has been increased by 12 rupees to 358 rupees. A litre of Lanka auto diesel has been reduced by 2 rupees to 306 rupees. The price of a litre of kerosene oil has been reduced by 10 rupees and the new price is 226 rupees.
The Cabinet of Ministers has granted approval to continue to provide the Samurdhi allowance for families that were receiving the Samurdhi benefit and are not eligible for the Aswasuma Welfare Benefit Scheme. State Minister Shehan Semasinghe requested the people to open bank accounts as soon as possible to obtain the benefits. Many state bank branches will remain open today for this purpose.
As concerns mounted over the selection process for the Aswasama Social Welfare Program, the government decided to accept appeals and based on an analysis, selected families were issued with their eligibility letters. The letters are issued via the divisional secretariats and can be used to open accounts at 4 state banks. Sri Lankans in many areas were seen in line opposite state banks to open accounts for the Aswasama program.
First with the people.
The 25th World Scout Jamboree will take place in Saemangyum in South Korea.
News First Yasarath Kamalsiri, a special delegate for the Scout Jamboree in South Korea, said delegations in large numbers made their way to the camp premises and set up their tent ahead of the opening ceremony. He said that a large number of buses were also stationed at the premises for the convenience of the Scouts arriving from all over the world. The Sri Lankan Scouts engage in preparing their camp at the premises, where Scouts from 158 countries are expected to set up camp for the Scout Jamboree.
The ISIS affiliate in South Asia claimed responsibility for the suicide bombing in northwest Pakistan that killed dozens of people and injured about 200 more.
The death toll from the explosion on Sunday, which targeted a political rally in the Bajar district near Pakistan's border with Afghanistan, rose to at least 54 people. According to the site intelligence group, the ISIS affiliate known as ISIL claimed that a suicide bomber had carried out the attack, characterizing it as part of the group's war against democracy as a system of government. The blast was among the deadliest terrorist attacks in months in Pakistan, where some militant groups operating along the border with Afghanistan have become more active over the past year.
Moscow's mayor says a skyscraper in Russia's capital, Moscow, has been hit again by a drone.
Mayor Sergei Sobyanin said several drones were shot down overnight, but one flew into the same tower at the Moskva city complex that was targeted on Sunday. The building's facade was damaged on the 21st floor. No injuries have been reported, according to the mayor. Russia's defense ministry blamed Ukraine for the latest attack. Reports suggest that Kyiv usually makes no comment on the issue. In a brief statement, Sobyanin said that, quote, glazing was destroyed over 150 square meters, unquote. He added that emergency services were working on the scene.
Although not very popular in Sri Lanka, gymnastics is one of the most popular sports in the world. Sports First brings to you details of Sri Lanka's gymnastics champion who is bringing glory to Sri Lanka in the international arena. Milka Gehani De Silva started gymnastics at the young age of 7 and held the title of Sri Lanka's junior champion for 4 consecutive years. Milka became Sri Lanka's gymnastics champion at the age of 13. She was Sri Lanka's national gymnastics champion for 3 consecutive years from 2016.
ඉස්කෝලේ gymnastics, athletics.
My school had gymnastics, athletics and many other sports. A lot of people do a lot of other sports, but they are afraid to do gymnastics. I wanted to try it.
She said she liked to do gymnastics in grade 2. She had told my mother she faced a lot of challenges. I am happy about her achievements. She went through a lot of hardships since she was small and trained very hard at the gym. She didn't even go to parties or play with children. I am glad to see what she has achieved through her sacrifices.
She represented Sri Lanka at the 2016 Junior Commonwealth Games, 2017 and 2018 Asian Gymnastics Championships, and the 2019 World Gymnastics Championships. She also received a scholarship to train in Japan, giving her a golden opportunity.
I received the scholarship till the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. I found out that I was going a week before I had to leave. My mother did everything for me at home, so I was worried about doing everything alone. After I left, I got used to it. We didn't receive a lot of opportunities for international competitions in Sri Lanka. Even if we did it, it was once a year, and we trained for the next year till the competition. While I was there, we had a lot of competitions.
She became the first gymnast to represent Sri Lanka at the Olympics at the Tokyo Games in 2021.
The World Championships will be held soon, and that is where they make selections for the 2024 Olympics. My main target is to get selected for the Olympics and to qualify for the finals to win a medal. It is not an easy task. There are many obstacles. I felt like giving up many times. My parents have supported me immensely to get here. I'm thankful to everyone who helped me.
All Sri Lankans are wishing her the best of luck in her efforts to bring glory to Sri Lanka. That's a wrap of the lunchtime news. Join us again at 9 p.m. for prime time news on TV1.